Hi again. Sorry, it's me, the pest. Just a quick thing I forgot to talk about before. Well, first of all, I recrunched the numbers into the to include today in this past week and stuff, like, and for the whole round, pretty much. Then from from beginning until my LIW. So as it turns out, I lost 19.8 pounds this round. So that's good. I was aiming for 20. I'm just shy. So, and it was 0.49 pounds per day. So that is like really close to half a pound a day. So that's actually really good. So yeah, my one thing I was testing out this past week, last week on HCG, was dividing my injections into halves. And so 75 I use at 9 a.m. and 75 I use at 9 p.m. And the other thing I changed was having my two vegetables, but only one fruit, but then 3 proteins. So I think that worked well for me. I never use the grissini because I just crave it. So I just crave more carbs then. So yeah, that I think I will go into round 3, doing 2 injections a day, splitting my injections in half and doing them, half in the morning and half 12 hours later in the evening, and just having 1 fruit and 3 proteins and 2 vegetables instead of 2, 2, and 2. So I think I'm going to go into it that way, and we'll see how she goes. The other thing is I've been doing IM injections because I did that last time, so that's what I did this time as well, because I had a lot of needles, the 1.5-inch long needles left. But in the last couple of weeks, I think as the fat has dropped off, it's really uncomfortable to do an IM injection, and so I find that I'm taking a few stabs at it. I bent a couple of needles because I'm just too chicken. So the other change for round 3 is I think I'll just go with a sub-Q. I think that'll be a lot easier, and I'm not squeamish normally, and yeah, I think it's just there's enough fat loss or fat release, and I've gotten lean enough that it bothers me to do an IM injection. So, and I did think about buying some 1-inch instead of 1.5-inch needles, and I just thought, I'll just go IM, or I mean sub-Q next time, and I think that'll be a good, I think that's, it works for almost everybody else. Why not me? I was just a big stickler for doing it the way Dr. Simeon's said he had optimal loss, and that was doing it IM. So with, with only 15 to 20 pounds left to lose, I think I'll just go with the sub-Q instead. Make it a little easier on myself. I guess the other thing I wanted to talk about is I have planned obviously well in advance. Now round 3 is my 2 loading doses will be the Saturday before Mother's Day and then Mother's Day. So those 2 are my loading days. And then the day after, the Monday immediately following Mother's Day, I'll be starting P2. And where was I going with that? I don't even know. Yeah, so anyways, and I'm going to do it like I was just saying. So that's quite a long stretch between rounds, but I think in the interest of making my life a little easier, that's the way I'm going to do it, because up until now, both times my kids have bought because they're so dead set against HCG. I have managed to keep it a secret from them that I'm on it again. And in the interest of making it easier, I mean, the last time I did it was, my last, our round 1, phase 2 was ended, about a week or 2 weeks before Christmas or something. And anyways, I just told them, yeah, I'm gaining too much weight because of this, because I'm eating so many carbs, and I'm just a carb addict, and so I'm going on a cleanse to cleanse myself of all these carbs, so that I don't crave them. Sugars and carbs are off my list. So they bought it, and this time, because I've always done a cleanse in the spring, but I don't think they pay attention to when I do it. And normally I do a cleanse just for health reasons. Being an herbalist, I mean, we do strange things like that. So I usually do a cleanse in the spring, but that's usually around April that I do that, and it only lasts for between 10 days and 3 weeks, depending on which cleanse I decide to do. So this time I went with the cleanse story, that I'm doing my spring cleanse, and they bought it, but I'm going to have trouble telling them, like, they usually take me out for a meal on Mother's Day for a special treat, and to tell them I can't eat anything and can't go out for a celebration it's going to raise some red flags, especially because yesterday we were all in the kitchen. My daughter had come over for a visit to hang out, and then she commented about something. I don't even remember what we were talking about. She says, "Oh yeah, because you're so skinny." And I said, "I'm not skinny." And my son said, he says, "Oh, you are. You're skinny, Mom." So and I said, "Well, I'm still 15 pounds heavier than I was before my tumor started to regrow a little, and I had to go back on chemo." I said, "I gained weight on that, and plus my depression." I said, "Between the 3 drugs, the 2 antidepressants and the oral chemo drug," I said, "I gained a lot of weight." I said, "I'm still 15 pounds heavier than I was before all that." And, "Yeah, well, you're skinny, and, you were way too skinny back then." So, yeah, so I have to tread a little bit carefully on round 3. So not to rock the boat, I'd rather have a longer stretch of a rest period and go into it. And it gives me a long time to psych myself up and, that kind of thing, and save up the money for the injections as well, because it's not cheap to order them from U.S. injectables. I remember whoever I ordered them from, I don't even remember what it was called, Pharmacy RX or something, or RX Pharmacy, I don't know. Before it was illegal to ship HCG to Canada for whatever stupid reason, I think back then it was about $30 to $50 a round, and now it's like almost $300 for me to do a round. So yeah, it gives me a chance to save up the money to order my injection kit, and as well as psych myself up, and again, not raise any red flags. I've amended my goal. My goal originally was to get down to 105 pounds. I think that's unrealistic. Looking at it now with my kids saying you're skinny at 130 pounds, to go down to 105, I think, is unrealistic for me personally. For a lot of people that are 5'3", that's probably just perfect. For me, probably not so much. I do have, the only support that I have besides all of you is one friend, Agnes, and she tried HCG for about 3 days. She's hilarious. She has no willpower whatsoever. She never has. She just doesn't have willpower, and yeah. So she lasted a whole 3 days, and then I bought her. Because I was doing another round, I bought her stuff off her. But yeah, she just couldn't do it. It was staying away from chocolate. I think I caught her, I don't know how many times, eating things she shouldn't be eating. And it's like, "Agnes, stop." And she finally, 3 days in, she just went, "Forget it. I can't do it." So she admits she has no willpower. She couldn't do it. So anyways, she's the only one that knows that I'm on HCG other than you. And she has said to me as well, because of when I talked about my past and told you a little bit more about me last week, I tend to look in the mirror, like when I was, for my little brief modeling career, I think, well, and being chubby as a kid and, all that, but my self-image, when I look in the mirror, I mean, I was anorexic and bulimic, so, I mean, you look in the mirror and you're, 102 pounds, and, your periods have stopped, and everybody thinks you look like you were just released from Auschwitz, and I couldn't see it. I still looked at myself and thought I was fat. So and I'd never been fat to begin with. I mean, I was overweight, yes. I was chubby, but I was not, you know, like actually obese. And, you know, I definitely probably was, I don't, we didn't have BMI back then, but I'm sure that, you know, like I was on the higher end of normal, or like overweight, I should say, but I'd never been actually obese. So not until I had my daughter at that point. After she was born, I was definitely obese, and was for a couple of years before I went back down to just overweight, or pleasantly plump, or Rubenesque, voluptuous. There's nothing, you know, a curvy girl, look at Kim Kardashian, it works. But I looked at myself, and because I beat myself up, it was always, I'm fat. So I know that I have that skewed body image where I, you know, I look in the mirror and I never see somebody, like right now with my BMI, I'm within a really good normal range, and yet I look in the mirror and I still see myself at being like 170 pounds when I'm really 130. So Agnes has promised that she'll tell me if I get too skinny, and I'm sure my kids will let me know. Even though they don't know I'm on HCG, they'll notice and say something. So I do have those safeguards in place. But anyways, I digress. My goal is now not 105. It's 115, maybe 110 if I can manage it, because I'll just do the full round of 40 days and see where it takes me. And it may only take me to 115, or I may be able to push it down to 110, and we'll see. If I don't look healthy to Agnes and to, you know, to my kids, then, you know, there's the option of putting on a little bit and making sure that I don't, you know, 115 was a good weight, I thought. I felt good at that weight. I didn't feel emaciated. I felt good. I actually, you know, ran a half marathon at that weight. I was working out really hard, you know, and carrying on my everyday life, and I felt great at 115 pounds. So I think, you know, that's realistic, and 110 may or may not be, and we'll see. But 105 definitely is not realistic, so I've scrapped it. And yeah, so anyways, I guess I'll report back after I finish my VLCD days and getting the HCG out of my system. So I'll probably upload again on Thursday, and then I'll do as well as This Week in HCG Beauty. We'll see how she goes. And please send, or let me know what your requests are for that you'd like to see on the This Week in HCG Beauty, whether it's recipes, DIY skincare, makeup, only phase 2 stuff, or how to, you know, or just general stuff, is eventually we're all off P2. So anything outfits of the day, how to dress your body type, all that kind of stuff, or, you know, whatever that, you know, whatever I can do. Let me know what you'd like to see on that channel, because I only have so many ideas in my little noggin, so I need to rely on you. And that segment, this is for me to talk to you about, you know, somebody to share my journey with, since, like I said, I only have one person on board. So this is more for me, and I would like to give back to all of you for support, for all your wonderful support, and just for being there for me, and that your comments, and yeah, it means the world to me. You have no idea. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And a special thank you to HCG Chica, who's been there for me, and just an amazing woman. So yeah, so This Week in HCG Beauty is my way of giving back to you. So let me know what you'd like to see. And yeah, so I guess I'll see you in a few days, and hopefully I get to go to the washroom soon, and yeah, and stabilize at about 1:30. And we'll see how she goes, and we'll talk to you soon. And stay happy, healthy, and stay the course. Talk to you soon. Bye.